JBL makes some of the best receivers, processors, and speakers on the market today. You've probably seen some of our home theater tours that showcase their incredible top-of-the-line JBL synthesis products. Well, JBL has just released a brand new lineup of home theater receivers and speakers that are more affordable than their synthesis lineup, but still offer incredible performance for their price. In this video, we'll take a look at the 5 new MA series of receivers and help you decide which one might be best for you. We will also have a video about the new JBL Stage 2 speakers, so be sure you're subscribed to learn more about those as well. All right, let's get started. Since the beginning of reproduced audio, JBL has been at the forefront of developing and manufacturing speaker systems. Most people know them for this achievement. However, JBL has also shown that it can design and build excellent amplifiers with its Synthesis SDR series receivers and Classic Series 2-channel components. The new MA series AV receivers from JBL encompass technologies learned over decades of designing audio components. They are all designed to have all of the features that today's receivers need, but with a more straightforward layout focusing on ease of use and simplicity rather than a panel full of buttons. Have you ever looked at an AV receiver and thought, what are all those buttons about? Or looked at an AV product and thought, I will probably never use half of those features. Well, we understand that here at Audio Advice, and so does JBL. AV products have gotten very complicated in the last few years, and with all of the audio and video formats, types of digital connections, or HDMI types, not to mention installing and configuring multiple speakers and subwoofers in your room can get a little confusing. The JBL MA series is the antithesis of complexity. JBL ensured that with the MA series products, there are simple connections, a well-labeled back panel, and a front panel that is also very simple and only has what is needed. Even the remote is more straightforward than many of them on the market. If you haven't dipped your toe into the home theater space due to things like this, JBL knows your pain. They have taken extra steps to ensure that the MA series receivers are easier to install and configure than other products on the market. Plus, they've also introduced their Stage 2 loudspeakers like we mentioned, which are engineered to work seamlessly with the new MA series receivers. This provides the perfect out-of-box solution for home theater enthusiasts who want high-performance speakers that pair up flawlessly with their receivers. Having these two components match so perfectly eliminates the guesswork of pairing different products and ensures everything works together as it should. Now, these receivers and speakers were crafted based on years of consumer insights, allowing them to take a completely different approach to the way that listeners engage with these easy to understand and simple to install units. Now, it's also well known that looks matter in today's audio world. People want components that have features, but they also require them to look good in their room. JBL's design team took what would be a normal-looking AV receiver and added a bit of simplistic flair to the design. The front panel features a power button, input selector, menu selection button, surround mode cycle buttons, a front display, and a large, well-designed volume control knob. And it says safe to turn beyond 11, giving an extra sense of fun to the front panel. Color options are black or a white finish that looks great and provides a refined appearance. Now, there is a full featured remote to go along with the display on the front panel and on-screen menus to get all of the settings and features that these receivers offer. Now, when testing the MA 9100 HP receiver, which is the flagship unit in this lineup, our entire team was thrilled with just how easy and straightforward it was to operate. JBL omitted any confusing extra buttons or dials, avoiding unnecessary settings that might confuse users. We believe that this front panel design and setup will cater to the needs of the next generation of music and movie lovers, providing the famous JBL sound with a simplicity of use that can be hard to find in many home theater products today. Now, before going on to this next section, we realize that some people may not know what connections that they want or need for their system or how much power their speakers need. JBL designed these receivers to be easier to use than others on the market. Again, this is where utilizing the JBL Stage 2 speakers comes in. Since they are engineered to work together, setting up a system by pairing these receivers to the Stage 2 speakers will provide you with the absolute best match. You'll simply need to decide how many speakers that you want to have in your setup and then match up the receiver that is able to handle that amount. Now, if you aren't sure what setup is best for you or your room, our team of experts at audioadvice.com are here to help you and make the process as simple as can be. Now, just like the front panel, when you spin the receivers around, the back panel is very well labeled and provides all of the connections that you will need and nothing extra. Speaker binding posts accept banana, spade, or bare wire connections, so if you already have speaker cables, these receivers will work with what you have. Every model has HDMI inputs. The MA310 is 4K capable, and all other models are 8K, with HDMI ER connections for connecting a TV with one cable for both video and audio. Now, this allows you to simply use an HDMI cable and connect it to the eARC on the back of your TV or projector, and the other end to the eARC HDMI on your receiver, and you're ready to go. No extra wires are needed. The MA310 has 4 4K HDMI inputs that support HDR content. The MA510 has 4 8K inputs that support HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision. The MA710, MA7100HP, and 9100HP have 3 4K and 3 8K inputs and support HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision. The 7100HP and 9100HP add an additional HDMI output too. If you have multiple sources you want to run through your system, like an Apple TV, PS5, Xbox, Roku, Blu-ray player, and more, you'll need to consider that and get the receiver that has enough HDMI inputs for the amount of devices that you want to hook up. All models also feature 2 analog RCA inputs for analog sources and 2 subwoofer outputs. Having 2 separately controlled subwoofer outputs is a huge deal, as it makes your sound quality go to the next level when you can fine-tune your subwoofers. Digital is handled by one Toslink, one coax digital input, and there's an Ethernet connection as well. They also support Google Chromecast or Apple AirPlay 2, so you can quickly stream content to them from your phone. Now, the 710, 7100HP, and 9100HP also feature a moving magnet phono input with a ground lug for turntable connections. This is great to see, as we know so many people are getting into vinyl these days, and being able to connect up your new turntable directly to the back of your receiver and play music through the Stage 2 speakers will give you a great vinyl experience. Now, the top 3 models also feature a Zone 2 analog output with the Party On setting in the receiver for multi-room output. Also, the rear amplifiers can be configured for Zone 2 outputs as well. The MA310 and MA510 have Bluetooth 4.1 low energy for wireless connections, giving you an excellent high-quality connection from your phone or laptop. Now, the top 3 models all feature upgraded Bluetooth 5.3 low energy aptX HD and aptX adaptive support. Now, this is something to consider for Bluetooth users, seeing that Bluetooth 5.3 promises superior performance and sound quality. And all of the MA series receiver models feature support for Dolby Atmos and DTS-X, allowing your movies to give you that super cool spatial audio experience. You'll want to be sure to add the Stage 2 240H Atmos speakers that you can set on top of the front speakers to bounce the sound off your ceiling and back down to you to create those height effects. Or you can mount those speakers on the wall to fill your room with Dolby Atmos sound. Now, if you're just getting started and aren't familiar with what Dolby Atmos is, and you want to take your movie watching experience to the next level, you gotta check out our video where we discuss exactly how it works, and I'll link it in the description below. When it comes to home theater receivers, the power behind them is an important factor to consider. You need to be sure that your receiver has enough power to drive the speakers that you have so that they are loud enough and sound good in your room. Now, all you really need to know when it comes to these receivers is that they are capable of making the Stage 2 speakers sound awesome with great Class D power. Now, if you're interested in the power specs, you can check out our full article in the description below. Now, here at Audio Advice, we're huge fans of room correction. This essentially takes a reading of your room and then corrects the sound to make the speakers sound better in your environment. While properly placed speakers and an acoustically treated room will probably get you great results, room correction software can take the sound to the very next level. Now, if you need help with speaker placement or acoustic treatments in your room, you should check out our library of content at audioadvice.com, where we have tons of guides that can help you get started. Typically, room correction can feel a little intimidating at first. JBL has once again taken away the complexity by using their new EZ-Set EQ software, which is a new development for JBL that will allow anyone to utilize room correction software right out of the box with their own phone or microphone. For iPhone users, the EZ-Set EQ app is calibrated to the internal microphone and will use a 2-minute signal to tune the speakers and subwoofer to your room. Since there are so many different Android phones on the market, JBL recommends getting a calibrated microphone like the Dayton IMM6C to do these measurements for the best results. Now, we really like that the entire lineup of MA receivers includes this software, and it's a great one-step solution for beginners or people who just want to quickly improve their sound with room correction. It walks you through the entire process and is foolproof, so you really cannot mess it up. However, when you step up to the top two models in the lineup, the 7100 HP and 9100 HP, you will get the option of adding Dirac Live. To us, Dirac is one of the best room correction softwares on the market today, allowing you to fine-tune a room to sound incredible. This will be an extra purchase of a license, but if you want to get top-of-the-line room correction software, JBL has allowed you to do so. And if you do decide to step up to Dirac Live, we have the most viewed Dirac setup guide, which will walk you through the process step by step to get you the best results. Plus, if you order from Audio Advice, you can feel confident knowing our experts are just a call or chat away to help you out with any setup questions that may come up. All right, let's move on to our testing and what we heard. We decided to use the 9100 HP flagship model and paired it up with the Stage 2 speakers. Again, we were extremely thrilled with just how simple and easy this setup was, especially when pairing it up with the Stage 2 speakers. We started out with some music and used Build and Arc's new album Revision and Anthology, which is a wonderfully recorded album with great musicianship and a naturally realistic sound. The bass had good texture and tone with good impact, allowing us to feel the drummer's bass drum hits. The mid-range was detailed, allowing instruments like horns and guitars to really show their effect on the music. Now, we would have wished for a little more warmth in the lower mid-range, but otherwise it sounded really good. The soundstage and image capability is the one area where most AV receivers do fall short. While we could get a general sense of the imaging, it was not locked in as in higher end separate components could provide us. But as we moved the volume knob more toward the 11, we could tell that the highly efficient amplifier section in the 9100 HP had good current capability and could easily drive the Stage 2 speakers to levels well above our hearing safety thresholds. For a home theater receiver in this price class, this sounded great and had plenty of power. Now, playing our favorite movie cuts from movies like Mad Max Fury Road and Top Gun Maverick, we found that the 9100 HP had enough power to fully enjoy these soundtracks without compression or clipping that some lower powered receivers can have powering this many receivers. The sound was detailed and dynamic. We ran the Easy Set EQ and listened to these tracks again, and we all agreed that the sound improved and took enjoyment up a few notches. No, the Easy Set EQ will not take control of the sound the way that Dirac Live setup can, and we would still recommend Dirac Live for anyone serious about getting the best sound from their theater, but it worked well and for an easy all-in-one solution. It evened out the frequency response and allowed a more cohesive movie soundtrack performance. And for the money, these MA receivers were right at home with the new JBL Stage lineup of speakers and proved to be a phenomenal pairing. In this price range, it was one of the best home theater setups that we've actually ever heard, and with the ability to upgrade to Dirac Live and let your system grow with you, we see this being an extremely popular option that makes sense for a lot of people. JBL has made 5 great models in this new lineup that are sure to satisfy the needs of people with all different types of setups. Now, I hope that this overview has helped you better understand the new JBL MA receivers and who they are for. If you have more questions, call or chat with our team of experts at audioadvice.com. Plus, when you purchase from Audio Advice, you get free shipping, lifetime support, and a price guarantee. And if you're planning on building a home theater or media room, you have to check out our Home Theater Central at audioadvice.com, where we have all the resources you need to get started, including our free home theater design tool. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any of our exclusive launches and latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.